Excuse me. I was wondering if I might buy you a bank. Or a drink.
Thanks. Sweet. But I'm just leaving.
My bad luck. Maybe some other time.
Maybe. Andy! Hey, what's wrong? You all right?
Oh, I don't feel well. I'm losing my balance.
Hey, you want me to call somebody or something?
I think I need to lie down.
Okay. Hey, just take it easy, all right? Yeah, there you go. Okay? Come on. Come on. Excuse me, let's go. Come on.
Need a hand?
No, thanks. I got it.
You okay, man?
Yeah, no, we're okay. Thanks. There you go. Come on.
A woman over there feeding ducks with her little kid found her. Said she saw some homeless guy standing over top of the body. And she screams just as two mounted officers come riding up. The guy runs, they take off after her like John Wayne and the searchers.
The guy runs.
Leo and Mick pull up, hear what's going on, boot it on up the road.
There's four of them out chasing this guy. So what are the chances this is a slam dunk and it's all tidied up nice and neat and tidy? What do you think?
I got my doubts there.
I thought so. Why?
No livor mortis here. Cooling isn't fixed. He hasn't been here very long.
All right, what do you think about this mouth and this reddish stain all around it?
I don't know.
Could it be she vomited its gastric contents?
Maybe. It'd be pretty acidic.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Okay, what about this mark on the neck?
Could be a bite mark. Could be just a bruise.
Could be just a bruise. So how do you want to deal with this?
I don't know.
Hey, Dominic!
Hey, Dominic, got something for you.
Okay.
Okay, you wait right here for a minute, okay? the guy who was on the body. He doesn't have an ID on him. Hey, what's your name?
Trail of the Beaver.
No, your name.
John.
Well, the phone's ringing, but nobody's home.
I think he's been institutionalized. He's got no idea what's going on.
Mind if I talk to him?
Go ahead.
John? No, don't worry. My name's Dominic. I'm with the coroner's office. I just have to ask you one question. Are you on any medication at all?
When I'm sick, I take aspirin. Do you?
Yeah, I do. You a walker?
I'm a walker. Are you?
Yeah, sure. Sometime, anyway. When you're on medication, John, what kind of medication? Do you remember?
I'm out.
How long you been out?
I'm out now.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to get somebody to make sure that prescription gets filled again for you, okay? But look, I see these guys over here. These are good guys. I swear to God. This is Leo here, Mick there. Now, they got to ask you some questions about that poor girl that you found here in the woods. Can you answer the questions? Okay, excuse me a sec. It's a walker.
Yeah.
What do you mean, what's a walker?
You ever see an animal pacing up and down a cage?
Yeah.
He's a walker. He lives in the park, and he
Right.
walks and walks. He's going to help you out.
Yeah, he's got it. Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, John, where's your camp?
Trail of the Beaver.
Okay, what were you doing standing over this body here?
I was thinking that maybe she had a watch I didn't see.
She had a watch you didn't see. What do you mean? You were here before?
And she had a summer jacket for those chilly Vancouver evenings on the patio.
Okay, John, can you take us to where you live?
We could have a cup of tea.
Hey, slow down, slow down!
Hey, wait up a sec. Wait.
I don't know what you got in your hands here, chick.
I spoke to the Crown Prosecutor an hour ago. I'm just finishing up the paperwork. Those detectives from Montreal are coming in today, tomorrow. They didn't say.
I thought our friend was going to take care of this. I thought that charge was going to disappear.
That's gonna happen, don't worry. I'm just going through the motions, trying to get you to talk about what happened here, make some kind of deal. The batteries haven't felt you out about that?
No, if they talk to you.
Hey, come on. I'm on your side here.
All right, I'll trust you on that.
On another matter, you left some business pending. Leon's sitting on some financing that he can't hold on to forever. He's concerned the deal may fall apart.
I'll tell Leon that I'm managing this deal. I'm not going to put him together with my contacts and lose my middle. Tell him it's offshore, and I'll bring it in as soon as I get out.
Done.
So who's doing this autopsy?
I am. Sonny is going to Seattle for the homicide conference with you guys.
Oh, that's right. So, Patricia, what do you think here?
Usually when you see aspiration like this, the person is lying on their back, unconscious, and unable to clear their airways. I expect her air passages will be full of vomit when I take a look.
Waiting for you.
You're waiting for me.
Now, this is definitely a bite mark, and it's definitely human. I'd like to do a cast.
Oh, yeah? We got the homeless walker still in custody. We could get a cast from his bite.
Now, before we cast, I'd like to do a check for semen stains.
Let's do it. Mick Delight. This'll tell us. Nothing. Nothing. Hold it. Oh, you got a hit. You got a 2. There's 2.
I bet you about that spit, not skunk.
Larry, come on. The plane's leaving in 45 minutes. For God's sake.
Hey, Leo, you want to do this by-class report for me? Know how much you love filling them out. I got a fly.
Hey, there's 264 questions on that goddamn thing. A guy could go blind. Son of a bitch.
you must do it. We're a nation of smugglers. We're Canadians. It's in our blood.
No! They always check me at the border. They always think I'm lying.
It's because you never lie.
Yeah.
Maybe you ought to try lying. They might believe you.
Yeah, lie next time. Just tell the guy, look, I got nothing to declare, just 2 bottles in my pocket.
You know, my grandfather used to smuggle during Prohibition from Windsor to Detroit.
Well, forget what I just said. He'll do it for you. So we're getting together later, right? Blue Jays, Mariners, right?
We're gonna have a little dinner.
Aw.
Together.
How about breakfast? Where am I going? Park.
And the differences between these and other profiling techniques, specifically those employed in the gathering of and disbursement of crime scene statistics. Now, our next presenter this morning is a specialist in this field, Special Agent Charlotte Turner of the FBI, San Francisco.
Thank you, Sergeant White. The case I am presenting today will focus on new toxicology interpretations in a female strangulation death. Can I have the lights, please? This is Ellen Rogers, a college student in San Diego, California. She was reported missing by her mother on May 12, 1996, and was found 3 days later in San Francisco alongside a jogging path in Golden Gate Park. The victim was strangled with a brassiere, which we determined to be the property of the victim herself. There was nothing fancy about it. It was just wrapped around her neck and tied in the back. Obviously, Miss Rogers was not a willing participant in her own strangulation, and yet we found no sign of violence or of any struggle. We did find semen, and we have a DNA profile of her attacker. We believe she'd been sexually assaulted several times, which means that her assailant kept her in captivity and had ready access to her. And that brings me to the aspect of her death that is relevant in my presentation today, the toxicology report. She was knocked out with a commercial barbiturate, a drug called carabinol. It's an antidepressive, anti-anxiety drug that induces sleep. And depending upon dosage, it can be fatal.
Excuse me. I'm with Portland Homicide. Now, I'm sorry for interrupting, but this sounds an awful lot like an open case we've had from about a year ago.
Oh, well, I'd like to hear about it if we could talk later.
I think maybe I should be there. I'm from Bellingham, and we may have something very similar from about 8 months ago.
Was there carabinol involved?
Yes, there was.
All right, clearly we need to talk. But if we could get back to Ellen Rogers for just a minute.
Excuse me. My name is Dominic Vinci. I'm from Vancouver, Canada, the coroner's office. Well, she wasn't strangled and she wasn't raped. We have no cause of death yet, not been determined, but we believe that she aspirated on something and then choked, and we found evidence of biting.
Toxicology?
No, we don't have it back yet.
Call me when you do. We'll compare notes.
You only got 2 out of 6 seminars.
What can you tell me about her aspiration?
Well, we believe that's a terminal event, but... Well, we think there's a drug on board.
Sounds like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about the frequency here now?
My San Francisco case was 3 years ago.
12 months.
About 8 or 9 months.
Oh, so he's going from San Francisco, Portland, Bellingham.
He's heading north.
I found her in the lining of the jacket we retrieved at the Walker's camp. She had a hole in her pocket, so it must have slipped down.
Were there any prints?
Just hers. No hotel logo, but the manufacturer's name's on there.
Keyline Security Limited. Well, that's a place to start. Anything else interesting?
Not really, that's about it. What happened to your suspect?
Negative match on the bite mark, so we kicked him loose. Leo tracked down his doctor and got him his medication.
When's the last time you made up this room?
3 days ago? I come in here every day, but the bed hasn't been slept in.
What condition was the room in when you last cleaned up?
Clean. Neat.
No sign of any disturbance at all?
No?
Hey, Leo, check this out. Her purse is here. It's got her wallet. All her credit cards are still in it.
Where would you go without your purse?
Not far. I mean, I might leave it up here if I was going down to eat or drink in the hotel, put it on my room bill.
We can get a list of her incidentals from the manager. But we're going to want to talk to anybody on the staff who may have seen this young woman around or about during her stay here. Anybody who may have talked to her at all.
na na. Na na.
Hey, you guys get any hits off that Viclass report?
No.
Did you enter it?
We did. No matches. We got a hotel key out of the jacket the walker lifted off our victim.
Her name is Sandy Whalen from Calgary.
She disappeared from her room 3 days ago after having a meal in the hotel restaurant.
She went downstairs without her purse. She left that in her room. Ate a vegetarian plate and disappeared.
Maybe she went out to walk off the meal.
Yeah, those veggies will give you gas.
Wait a minute. I'm not going for a walk in the middle of the night. That doesn't play for me, no.
You guys didn't get any hits off this thing at all, huh? Or did you try a female in a wooded area? What about that?
Hey, ours is in there. If it doesn't work, it ain't my fault. You see why this pisses me off? Every time you start nagging.
Did you link up with Viclad in the States? You know, Da Vinci said he heard of some similar homicides at the conference.
Well, no, we didn't. We were kind of busy trying to find out who she was, who she may have seen last. You know, things that I thought were kind of important priorities. But if you want to run it, go ahead and knock yourself out.
Dee, there's someone here who wants to talk to a coroner. I think he'd really appreciate it.
Okay, sure, send him in.
I don't know if I'm in the right place.
You want to see a coroner?
I'm Joan Morton.
Dominic Da Vinci.
I read about the girl who was found in the park and how they don't know who she is, and well, my daughter Kathy's missing.
How long ago did she go missing?
Well, that's the problem, I guess. About 3 months, and the paper didn't say what condition this girl was in, so.
It's not your daughter. We have an ID on that victim.
You're sure?
We notified the family.
Jesus. Okay. Thanks for the time.
What were the circumstances surrounding your daughter's disappearance? I don't know if you mind talking about this or not, but I'd appreciate it. It might help me out. Would you like to sit down?
Same kind of thing, which is why I came down. She was last seen having a drink in a hotel bar in Kamloops, and then nothing. I got a reward posted, $50,000.
God, I'm sorry. I don't know how to help you out here. You know, if you know the name of the detective up in Kamloops, I could talk to him. I wouldn't mind that.
I know how these things turn out. I just want her. I want her home.
Sandy Whelan had a drug in her system called carabinol.
Carabinol, that's it? Same.
Oh, my God. What's the story with that?
Well, it's related to the more infamous date rape drugs. Apparently the dosage was enough to cause her to aspirate into her lungs and then suffocate.
Maybe the plan here was to drug her and sexually assault her. Death, unintentional, accidental.
Possible. So how long does it take when it's given to somebody? If it's in my drink, how long will it be before it acts?
A few minutes, depending upon the individual and the effect of the alcohol.
A few minutes? Okay, thanks.
So she paid her bill. Still walking and talking at that point.
Did she have alcohol with the dinner?
According to her dinner tab, she had 1 glass of wine.
1 glass?
And she ate alone.
She ate alone? How does somebody slip a Mickey Finn in your drink and eating alone? How does that happen?
Could be looking at a hotel employee. Easy access to a glass or a bottle, right? Hey, who was that poisoner?
Poisoner?
Poisoned all those people.
Poisoner? You know how many poisoners there were? You gotta narrow it down for me a little bit. Come on.
All right, Middle Ages, famous Italian woman.
Oh, Italian?
Yeah.
Lucrezia Borgia, daughter of the Pope. Oh, yeah. She used cyanide. You know the thing about her was? Malocchio, the evil eye.
Yeah, that's the one. She knocked him off left, right, and center, right?
Sure.
You know they used to Mickey Finn Navy recruits right on board? Sleeping. He'd wake up somewhere on a boat doing some slave labor.
That's the freaky thing. You're easy prey. So listen, run that carabinol through your Viclass, and if you get a hit, you'll call me.
It's done.
Here you go. Okay. My pleasure. I'll get think this is it for me. My husband's gonna wonder where I am. It's a beautiful ring. Thanks. It's an antique. I got it in Italy. It's pretty. Sorry. Oh, it's her. Oh, honey.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can I give you a hand?
Yeah, actually, that's my car over there, and I'm afraid my friends have a little hesitation. I don't know her. I don't know her. Of course you do. I'll take you home, honey.
We don't know our Vancouver victim died of anything other than a carabinol overdose.
Well, here's the progression. 3 years ago, the first victim that we know of was last seen in San Diego, found 3 days later in San Francisco. Second victim, last seen in Sacramento, taken to Portland. Third possible victim, last seen in Olympia, Washington, found in Bellingham.
Yeah, he's using the I-5.
And I see no reason why he'd stop at the border.
Ours wasn't sexually assaulted or strangled.
But ingesting the same drug.
It's true your victim wasn't strangled or sexually assaulted, but I'm speculating that she died before that could occur in the manner the perpetrator desires. Once she was dead, he lost interest in the sexual act.
What does all this mean?
He lost interest in this particular victim. His fantasy wasn't fulfilled.
Not yet. We have to consider that whoever's doing this is aware of our jurisdictional limitations and is purposely using that to his advantage.
Yeah, it's going city to city, state to state, and now possibly country to country.
I would like to remind you that Vancouver homicides are not your jurisdiction. In fact, they're not even Mr. Da Vinci's.
Let's talk about jurisdiction for a minute. If this pattern continues, somewhere around your lovely country, we're going to find the body of a woman who was taken across the border and murdered. At the very least, that is kidnapping of a U.S. citizen, and that is my jurisdiction.
Fine, when that happens, please let us know. In the meantime, our present victim, well, if she is a victim, was a Canadian citizen from Calgary, and she was staying in a Vancouver hotel.
Have you put this through your VICLAS system?
Don't talk to me about VICLAS. It's a bloody black hole. And if you think I've got the time to be phoning every municipality in this province, just think again.
Okay. Vancouver's your jurisdiction, all right.
And you got a minute. You know, if you'd wanted to be a homicide investigator, you should have stayed with the police. Don't tell me how to conduct an investigation. In fact, don't tell any of my people how to conduct an investigation.
Right. Well, thanks for taking the time.
Have a nice day.
Here you go.
And what's the estimated time for your DNA turnaround on the saliva off the bite?
Forever. There's only 2 labs doing DNA. One's in Toronto and the other one's the Mounties.
Mac, how come I'm hearing about these 3 murdered women from a goddamn FBI agent in Da Vinci? Why did I send you to this homicide conference?
They had presentations going on all over the place for 12 hours a day. I just couldn't get to all of them.
Tell me about Sandy Whelan.
I ran the carabinol for any similar Vancouver cases. I got 3 hits on sexual assault. 2 recent, both guys in the joint. The third one was 4 years ago. The accused name was Dean Resnick.
What's his story?
The rape victim, she suspects Resnick slipped a drug into her drink in a bar, so they picked him up, took a blood sample. But she couldn't positively ID him. But he was a suspect in 4 other rape charges without the drug, so I got an address for his last job.
They run Resnick's blood sample against the DNA from the rape victim?
No.
Why not?
Doesn't say.
Okay. Get Resnick's blood sample and the saliva from the bites on Sandy Whelan and take him to a private lab. Screw the cost.
Really?
I can't be waiting for Vancouver police to get their acts together on this, so I say we go back to our files for the whole province.
Okay. Female's ages 16 to 40, strangled while under the influence of just carabinol or other types of mecafin as well.
Oh, that's good. Might change his MO.
Going back how far?
10 years.
Oh.
We're looking for this woman. We think she was in here last Monday. She had dinner next door. I figured she might have come in here.
I don't remember.
Are you sure you were working that Monday night?
Yeah, I came on at 4:30.
We're talking Monday, right?
Yeah, well, you check my time card if you don't believe me.
5 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
You just said 4:30.
Well, I meant 4:30.
Well, which is it?
4:30.
Your replacement, what time does he come on this afternoon?
Couple hours.
So he worked the afternoon that Monday and you worked the night shift, right?
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, you just said that? I'm sorry.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah. Let's talk about Tuesday night.
That business with the rape, forget it. Dean wasn't the type.
Is that right? What type was he?
You know, he was good-looking, quiet, nice manners. Girls were always coming on to Dean, believe me. He didn't have any trouble getting laid.
Really? Why'd he stop working here?
Well, he was in an accident. He got a pretty big insurance settlement.
Got an address for him?
No. It's kind of funny how it worked out.
How's that?
He married his hospital nurse. You believe it? Damn! That's a nice car.
Phil's got it right. He worked on Monday.
Did he come in at the usual time? He wasn't late?
No, but he was pissed, all right?
How pissed?
He could do his job.
You notice anybody on the prowl in the bar?
There was a red-headed guy, came in about 4. Stayed here until I left about 5:15. Tried to pick up every chick who came in here. Signed his tab, so he was staying here. Front desk should have a record.
Okay, thanks.
If Phil says he didn't see your woman, probably doesn't remember.
Yeah, well, you tell Phil that I got an excellent memory and he's in it.
Hi, baby. Hey, you still sleeping? That's good. You need to rest.
Hey, what can I do for you?
This guy's looking for you.
Yeah, it's okay.
I remembered something. I found these near the dead girl.
Well, thanks. Thanks for bringing that in. Can I get an officer to give you a ride?
No, thanks. Walk.
We want to explain what we're gonna do to you.
Sorry.
Look at the guy over there at the end of the bar. I can see it happening.
He's feeling lucky now. He's not going home alone, eh?
He keeps hitting on them until one of them lets him buy her a drink. This is his third try.
Well, no problem now. He's got his charm flowing like wine. He's in.
There she goes to the can. See, he's cute. So she wants to make sure her lipstick's on straight and there's a nice spinach in her teeth.
Really? So here's his opportunity.
All he has to do is drop something in her drink. That's why women feel more comfortable going to bars with other women.
Well, to help the women in our cases at all? No. All of them were last seen with a friend.
True.
True. Have you ever, yourself, have you ever been picked up in a bar?
Yeah. You?
Try now. What? How am I doing that?
You're not there yet.
Come on. Why? I haven't even done the personal anecdotes, and show you what an interesting...
Sometimes less is more. Mystery is an aphrodisiac.
Okay, no, I wouldn't have gone with their personal anecdotes. What I would... Hungry?
Uh-huh.
Would you like to go somewhere else, get something to eat, maybe?
Sure. Or how about we order up some room service?
Excuse me?
We should order up some room service.
I thought you said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go. Here's what I got so far. That red-headed guy that was on the prowl in the lounge that night, he checked out the next morning. I got a call into his office in Victoria.
How are you making out with the clothes?
I asked Chick to send it to the lab for a real good look.
What about these keys that the walker brought in?
I turned them over to ident, but I don't see how they're connected. The guy drops off the body and drops his keys. How does he drive home?
Check with the traffic squad, see if they issued any tickets that had towed anybody away from the port. Now, what about this rapist who uses the carabinal?
It's a dead end so far. If he's using a driver's license, he's not using the name Dean Resnick. Last anybody heard from him, he was taking a trip to Ireland for his honeymoon. Apparently his wife's Irish.
Great beer. It's also an easy place to score some ID. They got a whole lot of little boyos sitting around over there in the pub just waiting to sell their birth certificate for half a pint.
Next thing you know, you got some Colombian drug dealer sitting on his yacht calling himself Seamus Murphy.
I think it's useless to look at females 16, 17 years old because not many of them can get into bars. Of course, just as I said that, I realized I did it all the time when I was 16.
Yeah, me too. Only I used to use my sister's ID and get in when I was 15.
Like Szechuan.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Look at this, we got one. This young woman was strangled in a park in Delta, BC. She had traces of carabinol in her system. Delta's right next door to Vancouver, but it's a separate police force, separate jurisdiction.
She was sexually assaulted and semen was recovered. Yeah. Would there be DNA from that? It doesn't say.
Well, it wouldn't. I mean, that'd be in the police file. We'll have to talk to the detective who worked the case.
8 months is pretty close to the time of the Bellingham killing.
No, both aren't very far from here. You know, I was thinking we've been assuming that the guy lives there and travels here, but you could live here and travel down there. I mean, you could make that run down to San Francisco on a weekend, no problem. The guy's a holiday killer.
I got a preliminary analysis on Sandy Whalen's clothes.
Oh, yeah?
Forensic geologist recovered some Fraser River mud from the Delta, a bit of straw.
Fraser River mud, really?
Sandy flew in from Calgary. Having never been here before, she took a cab to the hotel. Closest she ever came to the Frasers when she flew over it.
Well, she had to get it on her somehow, huh? Hey, what about those keys that Walker brought in?
Well, 2 of the keys belong to a 1989 Honda Civic. The other 2 keys are deadbolt door keys. No visible prints. And there's only a few people who make glass eyes. It's an art form, really. And they all share each other's work. I'll find the artist.
Hello, Q.
What?
The evil eye.
So I left a message for that guy from Delta. I gave him my cell phone number and everything. Can you believe there's 2 jurisdictions? They're neighboring each other. What's happening?
I don't want to talk about work.
No?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to talk about? Ignore it. Okay.
Turner. Oh, yes, sir. No, I think there's a possible case here. I'll be there.
Where?
It's my supervisor. I have to fly back to San Francisco tonight.
Should I take you to the airport?
We still have a couple of hours.
Wow.
What do you have on tap?
My God, do you remember me?
What do you want?
Talk to the other bartender, Donnie. He's got a real good memory. He tells me you were loaded the night I'm trying to get you to remember.
Yeah, I had a few, okay? I got personal problems.
Well, that's a fact. Well, you had a few drinks. What else?
What do you mean?
Well, you had to work. You got to maintain. How do you do that? Little blow, maybe? You slide back here, suck back a few lines, have another drink? Hell, you can skate till closing easy that way.
Well, I still didn't see anything.
Donnie said that he saw a red-headed guy.
Red-headed guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a red-headed guy here.
Okay, good. Now, what about Sandy?
I don't know. Look, they come and go. They don't walk by me all the time. Maybe she took the rear exit to the parking garage.
No, that's not likely. She had a room upstairs.
Well, maybe she rented a car.
Okay. Did they have video surveillance in the parking garage?
Yeah.
You know, Phil, that stuff will kill more than your memory. Unless you're one of those guys who just likes to talk about it.
I pulled a foul in a similar case in Delta. This is a sexual assault victim here. She had carabinol in her system. And they managed to pull a DNA sample from the semen of the guy that killed her.
It was male?
Semen, that's usually male sperm, sir.
Anything else?
Well, her name was Paula Carroll, but she was from Edmonds, Washington. Delta faxed over the file.
Thanks.
Just doing my job.
Hang on. DNA on Sandy Whelan.
What, you went to a private lab? I must have taken a bite of the coffee money.
$1,800. See, the saliva taken from the bite wound on the victim was female. All the ones from the States were male. The Delta one was male. Sandy Whelan's not connected.
Hey, babe.
Hey, lady.
Where was this again?
The Olympic Peninsula.
Jenny.
Yeah. Can we start the tape at the beginning?
Did you put Joanna to sleep?
Like a lamb.